Alright, the stream has started. Uh, Obviously, no one's in here, or at least not just yet, which is perfectly fine. But I do need to say a few things off at the start of this stream for anyone who may eventually see this, future people and all that shit. So, today we're just gonna be well, what the title says, sketching and animating. But sadly, I only have 3 hours. Is what I wanted to say. Only have 3 hours right now because I have to go to work. But, but, um, we'll start off with a little sketch, and we're probably just gonna get Dom in here, right? Get this Dom character at the far end in there, and then we'll probably move over to thumbnailing, which will probably be this thumbnail that you see at the bottom left. It's either that or we'll end up thumbnailing, or we'll end up actually setting up the animation for this, which we could do, because I kind of have the rig, I have the models. We can set up a simple walk animation too. So it's either one or the other. And that's what's going to be happening today on this stream. Hopefully, if we're not lagging, until infinity. Let me set this up so that it's a little bit tighter. I know my computer likes it to be tighter and not too close to the edges. For whatever reason, it runs better like that. Anyways, let me tweet real fast, and then I may need to. Do I need to do an Instagram post? It's a little more time consuming than I would like. Hmm. It's a little more time consuming than I would like. Probably not gonna do an Instagram post, right? None of this matters because neither of these posts are actually gonna funnel into this stream, right? Like normally I would put the link, or actually I was going to put the link, but now that I'm thinking about it, the posts that I'm posting have nothing to do with what they're gonna be seeing on stream. And personally, I'd rather just chill than try and see if I can funnel people and wonder whether the funnel worked and all that ish. So, but I should post on Instagram. God damn it, Sammy. Every time I get on Instagram, I see Sam does work. And I'm like, fuck this guy, man. He's too good. Alright. Last thing. Guys, I'm like, Sammy just discouraged the hell out of me, but it's alright. I don't care. I don't have the time to worry about Sammy. We gotta make this fast because I don't want to be wasting the 3 hours that we have. Oh, I also know how to monitor the chat. So if any chatters ever come in, obviously they won't hear it if they come in after the fact. But uh, I just have to make the posts first, and then I can monitor the chat. So forgive me. All right. I'm gonna just say morning sketches. What did I say on the other post? Alright, we only won about 5 tags. I apologize. I'm really slow at doing Instagram posts. This is why I didn't want to do it, but it has to happen after the stream. I need to at least get into that habit so that I can start linking shit. No. Figure drawing, sketch. Thumbnails. Digital art. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Line art. Action pose. Alright. Going. That's all we're doing. It's just for the people. I just want it to be there. Right? I just want to post. Get that mental gone. It's been a long time since I posted. I think like 4 or 5 days. It was just to cure my own mental, right? It's not meant to get like 1,000,000 likes. Alrighty, we are fucking up. I'm like, why is this still merged? You gotta demerge all that. Had to merge it so that I can use the image, but don't want to mess up and lose all our drawing. So let's get rid of all of that history. And we're back. Now I'm gonna need to go ahead and put in my music and start monitoring the chat. But I at least wanna set up the layer that we should be on. All this stuff is getting kind of crowded, by the way, but you know what? Maybe we'll make a second. Let's make a second drawing real fast. Ooh. Getting the feel. There was nothing really bad there, but still. Some of these ass shots are kind of ooh and you know. Don't want to be showing off art. Now, Nube Negra. You might be like, what the heck is he spelling? But it's honestly Spanish. Has to do with the Bleach song. That has to do with the thumbnail. That yada yada. Anyways, we're making a new version. This way we can delete all the old layers that we have. So, now that we have this new file, we can delete all these like really old versions of them. We might want to keep one of them. Oh wait, I had the middle finger up. Get rid of that. And this way we can clean up our file. Because stuff like this we don't need, right? All of these guys look unfinished and compared to their other versions. So, this we definitely don't need. Oh wait, actually I think this is the good one. This is the one we don't need, which is like the in-between. We don't need that. Because this is the further one. We want to keep as far away as possible. This background, we keep that. This is also an in-between. We can get rid of that. And these are two, and this is the start. Get my music. Get the chat monitored. We can get rid of these. These are line passes that I don't think we're going to use. We're probably just going to clean up the lines and then start painting. Well, maybe. Maybe we might use these line passes, right? Well, I don't think we're going to use them either way. We might just use the pen and we may do the same technique, but these are kind of bad. And this is nothing. Alright, delete. The other two are reference pieces. But considering this is the only one that's going to really be up, we can get rid of this one. And this cleans up our file. So things are very easy to see. You'll be surprised how clean you can make your file. Anyways, we don't need the background. Because we want it to look cool even without You know, that's the idea. All right. Now that we have that all set up, let me get my phone, get my music, and start monitoring the chat. My apologies for all the delays. That took about 10 minutes. Right? Still a long time out of 3 hours, man. That's a good chunk. So now we're at 2 hours and 50 minutes. Music and monitoring. The music's whatever. We can listen to. Let's listen to some Yuki soundtracks. Even though Yuki's not the one we're drawing. If you're wondering who Yuki is, this homie in the middle. But just so that quote is out there, you know, for anybody who does come by. But Yuki does fight Dom, which is a nice enough, you know. That means we can pick a song that has the two of them in tandem. And this way we can get some Dom feels. Because I don't have a playlist for Dom. Dom was made way back when, but to be honest, I just never set aside a playlist specifically for him because I haven't drawn him since, like, I was a kid. I draw him on and off, but never fully fleshed out. But this track right here, this will do it. Alright, here comes chat. Come to monitor nobody, I know, but still. If somebody's there, I'm so sorry. Alright. Now, mute me. Yeah, and now I can play my music. Right? No. Alright. Perfect. Now, at least I'm there, right? Alright. So we're gonna focus. We're gonna need a new window. We'll put it down here. Because we need to see the big version from time to time. Make sure we have the right brush. Yes, right stabilization. No. Of course, everything reset again. Bite my. We cleverly attaches and multiplies. No matter how I try. We all have some that did these we did each other. Sickness time, not evil. I know you can't recover medicine. If I turned into another. So the thing is, we don't actually know much of what's going on with this guy's outfit. That's an issue, right? I can't draw too far if I don't know where I'm drawing to. So we need to clear up some of his ideas. I think the hat is in a good position. The sad part is... Alright, so that's a hat element. Let's take this out here. That's also a hat element? Okay. This hat is fucking some shit up. Yeah, it's coming through his head. That's what's really throwing me off. Now I feel like I can see him a little bit. Hopefully that's my hat over there. Nope. Now back to Dom. We won't worry because we definitely have to change something here on the forehead. Something like that. Right? Just to connect the top of the forehead to like up here instead of like way at like here. Because that's essentially where it was. But I kind of do dislike the undercurve. I like the overcurve, right? So we have to connect it to that spot with an overcurve that looks right. There should be one, right? There's no reason why there couldn't be. Oh, damn. I thought he had an undercurve. Oh, he does. Kind of. It's funny. I guess you just realize that after looking at it. I was just staring at my own drawing. Then I look back at Udio and I'm like, oh, he has an undercurve there. Makes sense. The battle's always choose, cause inside I'm confused. I don't know where it's fighting for. Who I have to scream. I don't know. Yes, the cat. Say what I don't need. I don't know. I got this one. We need an outfit, y'all. I need a fit. I wonder if I have anything in my phone. Because what we're looking at right now, right, is potentially a vest. Yuki here has a jacket on. It doesn't really seem like it, but that's mostly because he doesn't have a layer right here, right? Yeah. Now all of a sudden you read the jacket almost entirely. Yeah. Small things, right? But he's supposed to have a vest. But I think just having a vest is just too little. But I don't want to put a whole damn jacket on him. I'm conflicted. Alright, let's put a jacket. A temporary jacket. We need to see something. We need a bigger size. We want some cool strokes, but guaranteed in this drawing we don't have very many curves, right? There's a decent amount of straights going on, but the curves are actually far and few between, which is something we're gonna have to change when we go back through some of these. We're gonna have to add some curvature to these because these boys are sharp. That's just the way I draw. I draw very sharp, but I want some curves. I like the flow to theirs. And mine has a flow, but you definitely feel like once you get to Yuki and Hannah, it's a bit stiff, you know. Even still, this guy really helps it out, and I think the jacket actually pulls away from the whole idea. It looks cool, right? Like if there was a jacket flow here, that shit looks like it would be cool. I wish there was a way to put the jacket without it. Alright, if we were to put the jacket, his shoulder would have to go up there. It was gonna have to move either way, but knowing where it has to move is important, you know? So, we don't want to waste too much time with this, because we definitely want to get over to this arm and this hand. Alright, time to make a decision. Alright, if he has a vest, we could put a nice jacket using this collar, right? If we use this collar, ooh, I kind of see it, dude, but I kind of don't want to lose his whole body just to put a whole jacket here. I think you guys might be seeing what I'm seeing. Look at this. And then it looks like it wraps around his body back there. It could work with some good lines, you know. But nah, I don't want to lose his whole body just to say this information, right? So how do I not lose it all? That's the question. We could wrap the jacket. Alright? Creative decisions and solutions, hopefully. It just seems like it adds a lot more work. But let's do it anyways. Running away from the work ain't gonna work either. So, we could wrap the jacket around him. Much like that. I think it kind of works. Alright. Watch those lines. Look at those lines over there. Throwing things off. Yeah, I think it works. Because we get to keep the body. I feel like it's super unrealistic for a jacket to do that, but maybe it's because we're missing a line up here. Right? Because it should be flowing off at this point. But then it starts looking jagged. Look at that. I don't think a line can come from here that doesn't look jagged. That doesn't look natural. I don't know what's going on there. Far away I fell, maybe I'm dead. Yeah, the jacket is just a throw off, man. But without it, he also looks very undone. So, we take our L's. We keep the jacket. Sometimes you make sacrifices for other things. We lose his, like, smoothness of his form in order to get a jacket and the complexity that it brings to the drawing. It's a fair trade, I guess. I think that's what I found myself doing more in art. Trading things until I get what is right. Anyways, we can, however, Yuki's jacket is going all the way down. Hers stops at her forearm. I don't know what the fuck that part of the arm is. Okay, I'm not good at anatomy. We don't see his. I'm sorry for all the moving. I'm just seeing things. His is all the way down. I think we can stop his at his freaking either forearms or shoulders. You might be like, what? But yeah, we could just roll up the jacket. It's gonna be a huge roll. Unlike the others, because it's a thick jacket, right? So you gotta acknowledge that when you make the folds. If the folds were, or if the fabric was a lot thinner, we could come way down here, you know? But the fabric is thick, so we should probably start up here and work our way down to a better thin that looks right. And we should definitely wrap around it as ideally as possible. We may as well merge these. I'm sorry. All these may as wells. But this is kind of like how it goes, right? I do have a problem with making my fabric too complex, right? Look at the simplicity in this fabric, and it's not simple because it's bad. It's simple because it's really good. It's actually more effective than the fabric I'm making with all these crazy lines. That's something I need to learn, right? To be effective with fewer lines. But I can definitely get there if you give me a million. I just gotta learn how to make a million fast, which I have to a certain degree. I mean, we did change this entire outfit for the most part, and then we could draw some out here, which brings in sorry, the music got me. Alright, now vest. I honestly don't know how vests should be. These lines are terrible. Clearly, I don't know how vests should shape around the chest. I'm trying to shape around the chest. I'm failing hard. Like, learning how that the chest is kind of visible even from a side view, which is kind of cool. So this was a cool piece to practice, right? Because his side view information is so, there's so much there from a side view, right? And it's because we get a little bit from the front, so it's not a full on straight off side view, but ooh, get so much depth, so much understanding of where every part of their body is, even under all these large clothes. That's something I'm missing. Definitely gotta try and acquire it. Alright, anyways, his outfit is technically done. Right, we can work on how the chesting and whatever. I think this is it, right? The lines should feel more straight. Or maybe I'm reading too much into the chest. Maybe that's the issue. No, I think that's it. Oh yeah, that's looking better. Now we're cooking with gasoline. Alright, there's a tie here, by the way. If you weren't seeing it, hopefully you see it now. Alright, I say we come down, bring down his, whatchamacallit. What's going on here? Oh, we're missing the dude's arm that's supposed to connect to this hand. Oopsie. But we will ignore it. So what we won't do is detail out and clean up Dom's arm. That seems like it's going to be an unnecessary task. So we will detail this stuff out. At his legs, and then we'll move up to his arm, hand, and hat, and then we'll move over to animation. We're too close, y'all. My apologies. We got to see the fit to know how we're going to clean the fit, you know? So about this. Ease and simplicity. Make sure things are understandable. That's going to be a lot more forward. And then we'll probably get the half spot right there. So the question is, how do these things stretch across, right? Because before we had it like this, basically, right? And then this wrapped under. I think that's how it looked, right? Maybe I'm wrong. It looks good enough. Let's get this part in the shirt and the pants clear, because it's definitely not. We need a little bit of a line there. We need a darkness here. Normally I'm there for it. Like that, and there it goes. Yeah. If it ain't for it. Sunshine. From nothing this garden. Whoa. Now this looks better. Now we do a little thing there. Then we have this, right? Which is supposed to be the pocket. Now normally I'm not even sure these pants have pockets down here like this. Like this is a low has pocket actually. That's what's happening. So this pocket needs to be like up here. The sunshine. And even still it's a little low. Don't know what that line is there for. But like I said, simplicity. Now I'm actually comparing my legs with the reference. Before I was just kind of like drawing just to get a clean shape. Now we're comparing, and yeah, he has a lot more fabric information coming in here. A lot more creasing, right? And then this line follows that creasing. funny enough, and it is not very straight. And that's creasing. And then I think this is bad, right? I think for some reason should be on the left side though. It's definitely the left side. Oh well. We'll put it there. I just feel like it looks a little weird. Or maybe I'm drawing it wrong. You know? Let's put it like that. That makes sense to me for some reason. Let's try and not make it look like something's shifting out from here. So bring this in a bit. A lot better. Alright, we are now 2 hours and 20 minutes left. So we've been drawing for like 30. If there's a light on in Chicago, and I know I to be home. By the way, his leg is super thick. Yeah, it's gotta be thinning a bit. It's gotta be like that. Just makes more sense, right? But we can keep this line, actually, right? Look at that. If we change it just a bit. Alright, we're gonna get a liquefy, right? We're gonna pick one of these, bring it kind of down. And we want to see which one. So coming down pulls things in. That means coming up pushes them out. And we want to pull this in and give it a unique curve. It's a little straight, right? That's what I like to do to give my lines a little bit of curve. It may or may not work. I think stroking down makes more sense, right? So, yeah, since stroking down makes more sense. And this will bring it in as we stroke down. We'll be using this one. Well, what happened? My apologies. Alright. Now we shrink the strength. And now that line just starts flowing in slightly, right? That's the difference. From straight to there's a little bit of semblance of a curve in it. Have no clue how it works. I don't care. It works. And now we make a thick line down here to help symbolize where exactly this leg is. Because right now we just got that part. Light on. And now I think we see everything. Yep. This straight right here looked a little off. But until we draw his arm, and then we can finish out the jacket and the curve. Like, I don't want to curve this until we curve out the rest of this drawing, because he looks really good right now. So now we save. We got his outfit. We gave him a jacket. Yes, we see the tie. We see the collar that the tie goes into. We see the collar for the jacket. The vest has no collar. And a bowler hat. Not really a bowler hat. More like an old mobster. Oh. Alright. We can get rid of this now, though. We used that for what we needed to use that. I think we can close this, right? I think Scotty animation might be giving us a little bit more lag than we want. But before we close it, I'll at least play it. This animation isn't far along at all. But it is something that we probably are going to work on maybe in April or June. More than likely it's going to be June because there's a couple other things that we want to work on. But I did want to start this earlier, so I was like, let me draw some of this stuff. But yeah, it's pretty simple. The only ones that are drawn are the first motion, right? The first motion is the only one with some in-betweens. And then these are all their keyframes, which is dude dodge the punch, dude set up super fast. We're gonna have like some animation that, you know, lets them set up real fast for a big straight. Oh, I don't have the big straight drawing. Well, basically, big straight knocks the nigga up. I wonder where that big straight drawing is. I'm surprised I don't have one. I don't think I have one because it's named 4 and 5. All right, so after that, they meet in the air and he punches down, gets ready to punch, and then we see the strike. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple, fast, quick animation. Just for a homie named Scotty. Alright. Anyways. But it's probably taking up more space than I would like it to. So we're going to close it for now. Because I feel me lagging just tiny bit. And it's closed. Cool. Now what were we doing? Moving over to the arm, to the hand, and then maybe the hat. Yeah, we just want to finish them off, right? So arm, hand, hat. We can probably do the swords low key, and then we can call them finish. You might be like, yeah, swords. Yes, swords. Anyways. There's a lot more work to do with this piece. Like, I thought his drawing was all simple and shit. Nigga, his piece is elaborate. It probably isn't that elaborate because he probably doesn't need to go through all the steps and hurdles that I do. But damn it, man, it feels so ridiculously good, right? I just can't let my stuff not compete. Here we go. We want a C curve, right? Trust me. I was not analyzing. I was analyzing my own arm and his arm and some other people's arms earlier today. And I want to see if this theory of mine will work. Which I do a C curve, right? With an idea of a hook at the bottom of the C curve. That hook is going to be your elbow. Knowing where that hook should go and how much it should be, like, implying that it's there, it's determined on the arm size. All this sounds complex. It's not. You got a C curve, and then a place where there's going to be a hook. And this will be your elbow. And then we put the hand up here and it's doing shit and stuff. And all of a sudden it looks like it makes motherfucking sense, right? It's weird how arms work sometimes. And this isn't going to work for every arm. But it's a good thing to keep in mind if you ever feel like your arms are too stiff. A C curve into a hook. we definitely need some of this hand, but even more than that, I think we need a little bit of this hat. And I know we're not done with this arm. You know what? We're not fucking done with this arm. Let's get rid of that. I don't think we need that line. Nigga does have muscles, so. Obviously, this muscle is huge because it's not actually here. It's not supposed to be, right? We're supposed to be getting part of the shirt at this point. But it does imply that the muscle is there even without. So, gotta fucks with it. Yes, dumb. We need some anatomy, right? Let's play with some shapes to really get the anatomy making sense. Bring this shit down, which means this needs to be dropped down. I could have just liquefied it, but I had to see with my eye. Now my arm, or my lower arm, is getting a little stiff, right? I know that this should curve up into it, so we don't want to lose that, which we were getting it from this. But as we brought this down, right? So as we brought this down, right? It ended up straightening out this pipe. And we lost all this that allowed for this. It ended up becoming this, right? So I need to watch for losing the curve while also bringing it down. If you ever see yourself having these problems, these are just what I'm trying to illustrate, right? Like what I just saw, why I hit a problem, why I hit a wall, or ended up drawing something bad instead of, you know, continuing on towards something good. That was why. As I got rid of the curve, it became way more piped, and thus became way more unnatural. I think we like it, yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Alright, we got the curve in them. Alright. Anyways, moving the fuck on. We need a hand, we need this hat. 5 minutes. One thing pulls me under. Now the hand is something tough for him, right? Because I know it definitely starts like here. So I just want this circle in there. Get rid of that line, get rid of this line so that we can do the bowler cap as we need to. If you were wondering why I turned this off and I was just looking at the hat for a second, I was trying to see which lines were from the hat and which lines were from the person. That's why I was able to like see those lines real fast and erase them out. If you were like, how the fuck did he know which lines are on the other layer? What the fuck? Small little tricks like that can help too. It was like we definitely missed something as I was talking. Alright, let's clean the hat. We definitely want this line. This helps tell us something underneath that. And I need cookies. Cookies, cookies, cookies. No, I'm lying soon. That was my arm's fault. So we're definitely getting a little bit of lag. Ooh, I wonder what I should do. It's not actually much. It's not much. It's not enough to like stop me from drawing, right? Because we can see everything. And it still operates almost exactly how I need to. We need to zoom out. But I would be lying if I said I didn't think it was going to go south soon. Days of the image. Alright, this thing is too low, but we're going to make it anyways. Because I don't know how much is going to be covered by the hand yet. Oh yeah, it's way too long. It's like a small hat. It's like, how would that even fit on his head? This feels deep if it comes way down here. So erase lines up to there. Think on the track when I once was a kid with a... Alright, we can erase everything that's underneath this. Definitely a little off, right? Either way. Let's make some circles here. I think this is my circle size. So I zoom to a size where it feels more comfortable to make circle-ish shapes. Now we're going to size up because the brush is too small. Kind of repetitive to do stuff like this, but if the hat doesn't look right, it doesn't look right, you know what I mean? And I am more than willing to sacrifice. Moving on, just to get it to look right, you know? Shouldn't take too long. Come back. Did you still there? I'll stop the whole, I'll stop the whole world from turning to monster. Eating us alive. Should be hitting on my folks in a second. Something's off. I think it's that. We're gonna simplify the lines. That's what's happening right now. I'm like, something is super off. And it's probably because there are like faint lines giving ideas that could be potentially read in two different locations, stuff like that. So just some cleanup. It's gonna really simplify the idea, but we'll roll with it, and we'll liquefy whatever we need to independently. Mm. With all that said, we have to go back either way. We lost something. Let's see, from here. Yeah, we don't need that. We'll just keep this here. The hat's looking pretty good, right? It's looking good enough to, I think, put a hand. From turning into Oh, we should have had the Oh no, it wouldn't have helped. It's too small, you know. I think it's pretty good. We need a hand. It's the last hand of the drawing, but yeah, may as well, right? Go in. Really go for this hand. Did I save it? Because we're lagging. Oh god, this. I hate it when the side thing shows up. That's what really gets to me, especially when it messes with the drawing. Alright, go ahead and save. I have to take off the camera for a second. I don't know, just like our third time saving. Like, you have to remember. I don't do backup pictures. So I need to save all the time. Backup pictures take up space on the computer. It also takes longer to run the actual program when I'm running it because that is always saving every 15, 30 minutes or whatever. And it hurts, right? And then on top of that, I still have to save my own drawing just to always be up to date, right? Foolishness. But maybe when I get a better computer, it won't be such a detriment, you know? It's a very specific issue. Alright, are we done? No, we're doing a hand. Well, this is going to be interesting. We can start the hand on another layer, right? Because, whatchamacallit, we at least have a good idea about where it should go. From there, we can build it out ourselves. Does that brush seem lighter to you? I don't know why. It feels like it's kind of faint. But it's alright. As long as it draws, this is still technically the sketch. Don't worry, I'm going to be lining it off stream while I'm watching like a movie or something. But let's see what we want to do. If a hand was grabbing this, right? We got the palm here, mostly. The thumb should be on the other side. So We're gonna have a finger come up here, right? And this will be the finger, and it doesn't go into the thumbs. Maybe there's another finger up here. And these are the fingers that go into the thumb. And then another finger that comes across here. Obviously, he doesn't have like these talons for fingers, but for now it works, right? Trying to see exactly where things are. Ooh. Do not lose the top of that. So, it was only right here that I lost it. So, because it needs to be on top of the finger. The finger needs to be on the other side of that plane. Oh wait, are we on the hat layer? We're totally on the hat layer, aren't we? Well, fuck it. It's too late, y'all. It's too fucking late. We've already started. We'll roll with it. Alright, so we need the pinky. I guess we lose the pinky. I'm trying to see planes. Alright, let me clean this up so you guys can see it too. Well, I had to merge all these. Which is only two since we forgot to make the third. It's definitely not the hand, but it'll be a good starter. I think, at least. Hey, little winner, you know what you get. This is not coming up here. And then pipe it there. So we have a pipe and a knuckle. Pipe and knuckle. And that's it for that. This knuckle needs to go like that, like it's angling around. So this comes up. Ew, something's up with his hand. Well, I think the big thing is that we feel like he's a 3-fingered weirdo, right? And he has super long fingers. So, let's shrink the finger size. I don't really like the downwards to outwards, so I'm assuming, I know probably just all this slobber. But I'm assuming it needs to go this way then. Which means this needs to roll this way. Hey, little Will, you know what you get. Now, please, little Will, sit down here. They got them all lined up. This ain't ready. It's terrible, by the way. I'm just trying to see something. But yeah, I'm erasing that for a reason. I'm gonna try. We should feel this here. Alright, so this is the bad finger up here. So maybe it does need to come over. Yeah, I think it's starting to read better. Still reads like a couple wigglies. But it's definitely starting to read better, right? I think that's all agreeable. Oh, now he looks cool. He was just missing his 4th finger. Plus a really cool song just came on. I gotta go, y'all. Not leave, but definitely gotta turn off the webcam for a second. And maybe the mic. So it's gonna be a silent motion. We got the hand temporary in, right? Clearly his hand isn't as clean as everybody else's hands. But them squigglies is reading. Oh, but I think we really want to animate. Why not, right? We said animating today. I want to get a little bit of animating in. It's 10:30. We got until kind of an hour and a half. Let's animate a little bit, right? The homie's in there. His hat is in there. His hand is in there. We weren't expecting to do a jacket, so that's probably where we lost a little bit of time, right? Having to concept that out and figure it out whether we wanted it or not, yada yada. Oh yeah, I just found out it's yada yada, right? Or is it yata yata? Either way, I always thought it was yada yada. Yeah, I always thought it was T, but I think it's D. It's yada yada. That's a lot more work if you ask me. Alright, miscellaneous nonsense. Nube is whatchamacallit, candled. So we are going to, we can either draw this. Let me see. Let me bring up a window for each of these. See which one we like best. Because we'll actually be down here, right? Which would be cool. I think the animationing would be hard for some people to get. But this will be a cool one to draw. But I think I want to phone it in. I think I want ease of work. And I think that's this drawing right here. Because they're pretty much done, right? Like, I could clean each of these guys up more, but they really don't need any more. They can animate just like that. And then we can clean out the animation if we really, really want to. Let's get their stencils. I think I'm using the same pen that I'm using on them, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out which one that was. Yep. Push pen 2. And there we go. But what we're actually gonna do is cut Law out, right? Funny enough. Gotta cut him out. Cut him out the equation. Sorry, I was just looking for the right tool. What we'll actually do is I think we're gonna take over this frame with these guys. That way we can see this. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Want a little bit more Gang of 7 going on. Forgive me, Bleach. Kubo, forgive me. We can flatten it, right? Always do it straight for the feet. If they're supposed to be touching ground, right? Because they're more than likely touching it in a flat manner. This isn't always true, but just keep the flatness of the floor in mind. Fasten your seatbelt. Got it. Everything else looks about accurate. Now, granted, this guy is stenciling out this, but in all honesty, what the nani? Oh, there's some black line under there. Oopsie. Gotta get rid of some of that. That's just gonna be uncomfortable. Even if we lose some of the green, gotta get rid of it. Can't animate with that. But we have an hour and a half, right? Or 2 hours? No, an hour and a half. So we'll definitely get a little bit of walk cycling in. It's feeling pretty smooth to draw, which means it feels pretty smooth to animate. And by the way, that's pretty much why we switched to. Technically, these drawings are 1920 by 1080 in terms of pixel size, right? The other one that we were doing is 5625 by, alright, so 5625 by 3750. It's huge. So that's why it was kind of starting to lag. It probably has a lot of history strokes on top of the same giant drawing, you know? Which probably means it needs to be closed and reopened so everything, resets. But I'm not sure if I need to reopen the entire program or what. So may as well switch over to animating for the last hour and a half. Anyways, that's pretty much everything. That's all the clean black that I really need to get. Let's set him up. He might be. Let's set up the left leg. Bam. And now let's draw the greens. The reason why we're switching over to him, right? And we'll just make a copy paste. This way we feel comfortable editing it. Because technically this is Law's stencil, right? But we shouldn't need Law's rig. But we're going to definitely be animating Yuki first, so we need his rig. And then we'll probably just be animating Law off the animation that we make with Yuki. And we won't need a rig for that, right now. Hopefully. Since they're making the same motion. May as well just draw this in. I'm gonna pour me a juice. I got the juice. I got the juice. I got the juice. Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget that my Arizona is right by the mic. Maybe I should draw that painting. Or maybe I should post that painting on YouTube. Yeah. Today is just supposed to be a chill stream, right? We're not supposed to be thinking about how we should funnel people. But mentally I was like, would it work? I was just thinking about the idea of YouTube because I just looked at YouTube and I was like, should I post a short during these times? That's just the thought that came to mind. Should I post a short during these times? I think that's the answer is a definite yes. But I definitely don't have a short I want to post today, so it doesn't really matter. but it's something to keep in mind. Alright, I think we got his rig, right? It's pretty much everything. We know his body, we know his head, we know his head shape, we know essentially where he's looking. We know where the shoulder lines up, we know where this shoulder lines up. We know the angle of this, but this is actually kind of bad in terms of the proper rig. This proper rig is kind of like this. I got the juice. Alright, we gotta bring this size down. Brush is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Alright, now it's tiny. Now it's tiny, tiny, tiny. Up one. Ooh, now that's a track, baby. Oh, but yeah, I gotta head up. Or head off webcam and mic. We'll just be animating silently for a little bit. Get out of here, Law. And now we get to do the old classic. Let's put it back here, right behind that line a little bit. I think we actually need the force down here. Why? Because I want to see Yuki, but I want to draw over here. Alright. Oh. Before we call it all quiz and shits, let's see the time lapse of Nube Negra. Oh. Hollywood. Let's see that time lapse. Just for a minute. One minute roll. What is your Alright, let's get these guys in a timeline. The camera will be back soon, but he's just. I almost forgot how to animate. What's my animation folder thing? Oh, yeah, it's on the timeline actually. Right, yeah, I can make an animation folder here. On to the animating phase. It is that fast. Get yourself 2 keyframes. You might get to set up a timeline from there. From there, you get to animate. So we're gonna specify this. I don't know where the folder is. If you're wondering like what the fuck am I looking up at here at this timeline, I'm not looking at shit. I'm just focusing right here at the bottom right. So we specify because we already know shit's in here. Let's actually name these. I believe this is number 1. It's just 46. So this is K1. We have a K2 or 2 keys. We want to get this rig animated. That's the idea. What rig? I know. I'm bringing it back. Ay. I made a new animation, so we're going to be using that, but not right now. Right now, we just want to specify things. We're at the top of the animation, which for some reason is 16 and not 1. Don't ask me. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure this animation comes from, or this original file comes from an old animation, so that's probably why it says 16. But K1, and it's back. Go a few frames. We don't need many. 1, 2, 3. Let's get about up to the 25. This allows us to make a few in-betweens with ease. Right? Without moving anything. So here we're going to specify number 2. And bam. Now we got the 2 transitioning from one to another. Now do they make any damn sense? Of course not. But we'll get there. Now let's onion. Boom, ba boom. Gotta love onion. I think now we can go up, right? But I actually think I just don't like this color at this rate, right? I like the color at this rate. It just is what it is. We'll have to figure it out, you know? Ooh, I know. Big brain strats. Let's turn this off. And we're just gonna eyedrop the actual color that we see there. We gotta make sure our subtool is set right. Right now I have an eyedropper that will pick from your layer, which is something that I definitely plan to explain. But we want the one to pick from the entire image. I think the one that picks from the layer is actually kind of self-explanatory now. But, anyways, that's the color we feel like we see, right? So now, bring it all the way back to 100 and fill. Look at that, easy as pie. And now we can animate the rig with this color. Good time, good time. Yeah, I can see that shit. Now we're talking. Though sometimes this one might have to die down, because I can't see this one too well. But that one doesn't matter now that I think about it. That's the good one. Let's go to 2. Alright. And we're going to draw. We're going to try and get this looking a little bit better as a transition, right? I feel like the shoulders are just off. So, because that shoulder would have to move in this line, right? I don't want that. I want the shoulder to move back. So, we'll put the shoulder there. This shoulder moves up. So little bit higher than it actually is. Art. Yo, what the heck? Why are we all the way at a 17 brush? I'm like, this thing is tiny, man. Tiny, tiny, tiny. There we go. That's a bigger brush. So we want to keep the head height mostly the same, or at least keep in mind where it's going to turn to, right? Because it's turning. In all reality, it should be further away from the screen, technically. AKA smaller than the head that it comes from. But not really. It's just turning like this. It shouldn't be that much smaller. You get the idea, though. It was kind of huge. Survive. Heaven. I have a shadow on the wall. As cool as this song is. Actually, Blow Me Away was crazy, man. It was cool as AMV to that track. I want to hear something kind of fun. Ooh, how about the song for this? Alright, I'm gonna leave chat since ain't nobody in there. And I'm gonna go listen to something on YouTube called In the Woods. Get on the floor. Alright, fine. This song is pretty good too. And don't worry about the onion skin looking a little complicated. Like, that doesn't matter because we can just turn it off at any time. Right? And then all of a sudden, bam, oh, relief. I just didn't need relief. I'm sure some people probably could if they were looking at that. Alright, I think this is solid. So let's see the length of things. This elongation is insane. That needs to shorten a lot. This is fine. I think the actual back one is actually the bad one, right? But let's see what happens if we shrink this. And then bring it down here. Alright, let's see it back. Dang, how far did we go away? I think we did this. For whatever reason, we shrink that thing. We get it nice long. I feel like we can make a slide with that. It may be totally incorrect, but I'ma draw it anyway. Because it feels better. I'm just saying we're keeping the kind of legs we have here, where they're kind of short right here, right? And this is fairly long. This is super short. This is fairly long, but this is definitely longer. You know what I mean? So this is essentially like compressed, but I like that compressed feel. It feels nice. Walking on the floor. A nigga right here. Sing it. Alright. Anyways. We can start animating now. Let's make some in-betweens. K-A. Alright. I have no clue how I want to do this. But let's go. Oh yeah, I could just onion. I forget it. Alright. Now we have to find the folder, which is at the top. You know, big brain stress, it was always at the top, you know? It follows your own layer system. Ah! Make sure you're selecting the right folder. Somebody turn the lights off. Hold on. Streets Talking from Slick Rick just came on without cast, and it's just wildly fucking fun. I love this song. Sorry, it's not my fault. Okay, it is, but where else am I supposed to put my drink? Alright, make sure we're selected on this folder. Specify our new K1. And now, let's set up those onions. Yum, yum, yum. So, this one, we want to bring this one towards this location. Right? If I were to say this, I would say we have this. We're definitely going to have a hill up, right? A pool. Probably a setup. Contact there. Which there we already have, clearly. So we're looking at maybe 4 frames. Oh yeah. My apologies. Totally forgot. You guys don't even see me. Alright, we don't need this open anymore. We kind of don't even need this open for the time being. So, give me those numbers again. We want 4 beats, right? We're setting up a new layer. None. Oh yeah, the layer is invisible right now. But we're setting up 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 4 new in between. Of course, there's going to be 4 on the other side as well. We may be able to do 3, but I'm thinking 4 is what I want to see. Alright, let's get to work. How much time we got? 45 minutes. A little bit more than that, but let's see what we can get done. Alright, first beat. Well, if we got 4 beats, let's get some of these in-betweens. This one's supposed to be a lift into... So we need a moment when it's off the ground, but kind of in an angle, right? At this moment, his frame should mostly be at a half. And then it should transition on this beat. And then contact on this one. Sounds perfect, right? So half on the second beat. It's gonna look terrible, I know it is. But it always does the first time around. Then I gotta rework my mental about how the animation works. If I'm ever doing it alone, right? I could have a sheet next to me telling me what beats to hit. because there are things for that for walk animations. But I don't see there being any problem with me going through the trial and error for just this, you know. If it was something else, yeah, sure, I'll use a worksheet, but it's pretty simple. And you might be like, simple? No, I've been animated a little bit. I at least got some animations. You should be seeing something. So it's not crazy talk. I did this trial and error for that animation for a couple of my other first animations. I also did study work. I pick and choose what I want to learn and what I want to struggle with and work through myself. But it's about being smart with such selections, you know. I've always been a guy who likes to give myself more work than I need to do. So now we're moving this, right? We know that two beats hit, right? And we know that the motion is from this shoulder to that shoulder. It should be speeding up towards the last two beats, right? So these are slow-mo mode. And then these two beats are fast. So these two shoulders should be slower. They should be closer. And then the last two should move fast into their position. Boom, boom. So that one's probably like right there. Doesn't move very far. How big is that shoulder? Let's turn off the K2. Yeah, that shoulder is huge. Huge. But his head should be at a halfway too. So it should be ready to turn, right? Because first beat, it should be like doom. And then next beat should be half. And then two beats that way. That way he looks and holds, right? Because if we slow it down on this first beat. Damn. Hold on, let me think about this. I gotta think about the motion backwards this time. Right? You gotta think about him looking both ways and both feeling proportionally correct. Right? So the turn is important. Sorry, I fucking hate Arizonas. Alright. I'm supposed to be listening to In the Woods. Shorty. Not into the woods, people. In the woods. De La Soul. Alright. Let's move this hand, right? We'll move the hand and then we'll move the shoulder. What we'll do for the shoulder is a dot. And then we'll make a line to the dot to the hand. And this will give us our motion. But first we gotta figure out where we're gonna put this dot and all this. So 2. Interestingly enough, it doesn't move very far. So is it supposed to... Is it supposed to not move? Only shoulder move? No, look at the other hand, right? So the other hand ends up moving way over there. I think it has to go out then come back in. Funny enough, right? That's that weird shit. So for 2 beats, it goes out, then 2 beats in. And this should be curving into the shoulder. So it's probably like right here. Gotta keep the points in mind. Now, this could be totally wrong, by the way. You're listening to somebody who doesn't know how to draw. Cindy, darling. And don't worry, this is the furthest out it's gonna go. So don't even worry. You're like, oh, dang, that's kind of far. It's as far as it's gonna go. It's that thumping in the woods. In the woods. Timber in the woods. Okay, what are we doing? We have this, we have this. We need the face. If that's the blue face, it should be in front. Right? Because it should move a little bit forward when he turns. I would assume. Right? It's coming. It's here. I wonder if I should just make the turn now. Because I'm assuming there should be a little bit. But I'm always bad at small turns. Right? At like chibi turns for faces. Like these little curves inside. Oh yeah, you probably don't know what I'm talking about with all this onion shit. This shit. I'm always bad with this. Right? For chibis. But I think we're gonna need it anyway, so we better put it. He doesn't even fucking have a nose. But I feel like it doesn't make sense to not have it. So and the shoulders are supposed to be all kind of up, but not that up. So now we got that. He's got such a small frame. Such a huge torso. In the woods. Ooh, I see. We can possibly. But we can't move the shoulder too far forward unless we're pushing it past. Alright, this is going to be a hell of a curious thought. We might end up pushing it past where the actual shoulder ends up, which would be weird. You know, somebody right now is probably like, see why you need a motherfucking worksheet? Let's go ahead and fail for a little bit. We know it might be bad, but let's rock with it anyways. What are we missing? The other arm, and that's about it. We could turn off K2. Decide how this other arm is gonna move. It should be staying in line with the other arm, actually, funny enough. So it makes sense. But it should be closing, right? Shit, man, this shit is complicated. Alright, we're moving it back. Cause yeah, it should be moving back. We're gonna move it back. Move it back 2 small beats. The other beat is right here. Okay. There's a hand right there. Shoulder won't even be a part of the equation, really. Yeah, like that. Alright, I think we got it. Alright. Because then we move the shoulder up. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because I need this to be like right here. Right? Alright, let's see how it moves, right? We just need these motions more than we need the actual proper frames, funny enough. Turn off onions. Yeah, his frame and everything is kind of small and big. It's like it's definitely too small here, the bottom frame. Look at that, it's skinny's a little too much, even for half or for a side view. Or maybe not, who knows? I feel like it's small. We'll figure it out. Anyways, we need a new frame. We're missing. Now we have a very easy in between, right? Funny enough, the in between these two is super easy since it's just one beat. The only in between we need to really work on is this one because there's two of them in between them. And then we'll have the full first motion. Shit. We're gonna have to do the second motion after I come home. Alright, let's move. We'll do the hards. Try and move fast. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Boy needs his glasses, y'all. Right. So this is supposed to be the next beat, right? So now we can have a side face like that. Alright. Need a line there. We need. Which one is weaker? This one. This one's the weaker. I need this to come down a bit. Just a little bit more. What do I mean by the lesser and the greater? It's the one that has the most impression on this frame, which is the one that is closest to. The other one's going to be this beat, which is going to be closer to the other frame. So I want to get at least their relationship well done, right? And know which one I should be closest to. I want to. It should be stretching a little bit, right? Not much, but. And this shouldn't be that far. It should be a lot closer to the blue, remember? Yeah, See, this is where animation starts flowing a bit, but not too much. I had to fix my freaking back. It was starting to hurt. So we know we're pulling this. This is this beat pulling this. If we're going to the next beat, we should be straightening it out a bit, right? And then the next one's going to be the contact. So yeah, it should be like right here. Straightening out. A blue head into green. It should be closer to blue than the green. But not too much closer. Actually, it's supposed to be speeding up, right? But yeah, we gotta get more room to the next frame, right? The next frame really has to move. So we gotta give it room to move, you know? So this one's tough right here, because where the fuck do we put the knee? Where the fuck do we put the hand, foot? Like, I feel like it's supposed to be doing this, but it's way too low, right? Forget the knee gets a little bit higher than where it's going to eventually fall, right? So we can raise it up a bit. Let's hope that's true. Alright, this is a lot of ads. I would come back to the stream, but I'm not gonna lie, this YouTube music is kind of popping. So, forgive me if I miss some people's chatting. Ooh, why is it also Samurai Champloo? Oh, I'm on the wrong person account. I'm like, these are not the liked videos I thought I should be seeing. I was on my Gang of Seven account. I had to go back to my original, my old school back in the day YouTube. Alright, here we go. Let's get them Bleach tracks going. Oh, now, oh, I'm not listening to that, but it would be cool. Maybe later. I just have to finish some of this. And I need this on. So this foot, right, should be closer to the blue. Ready to give a decent jump to this, so that it's going to be like right there. And then into because this needs to go there. I'm thinking about something. There's one more beat, right? This will basically be at this location at that beat. So this should basically be at this location at that beat. Is what I'm assuming. It might not be the case, right? If it's basically at this location, it's right here. If it's not, then this foot needs to come way back here. And like needs to be a stretch. But I don't think they need to stretch like that. They might, but I don't think so. Right? So, I was just making some assumptions, trying to figure some things out, you know? It looks like it's tiptoeing. If you don't know what I mean. Alright, that's good. We can move on to the next frame. Funny enough. Right, funny enough. No, we don't need that line. I was just curious. Now, new frame. And this would be the second beat, which would be the hardest beat. Right? I think we actually see the elbow a bit, though. I think for once we might actually. Nah. Doesn't make sense. Because it goes like this. He's got a bean head. It just looks like one of those, that being from Jimmy Neutron. Fast people. I just wanted to change that a bit. Alright, that's a little bit better. Moving on. What the heck? Interesting. Let's see if we just want an onion from K1 without K2 being there. No, we need to know where K2 is. So this is where the bigger jump is supposed to be felt, right? Basically supposed to be full frame here, basically. So blue is supposed to be jumping to green. Yep, this works. I figured it out. It's basically going to be already turned at this very moment. He turns his head first and hits this full mark right again. So now these two frames can be exactly the same, and so can the two frames on the other one. And that way, when he turns just a little bit before, and he holds it for at least 2 frames. This way, when they look at us, we see them for 2 frames before they start the motion back again, and it should be even. We don't finish the motion for everything though. Contact. Should we go all the way to the forward? I guess it would make sense, right? It would have to go all the way to the, or maybe not. Because I don't think it settles in. Does it settle in? Does it go all the way? Ooh. May as well put it anyways, right? We'll send it a little forward. Meanwhile, this one should be super close, right? But it shouldn't be on top of it yet. It's a shame. I don't think, like, I'm moving pretty fast. If we move super fast through the last few frames, we might be able to get a very rough motion. That was bad. Aren't we supposed to be going towards the green? Shit, actually that was good. Alright, I think we need to turn off this one. Perfect. So blue is coming from that side. So I can keep that in mind and keep them offset properly. Is my brush kind of small? It's kind of small. I guess I don't need this. It is in the way, you know. I was starting to stroke up at these top areas. And I was like, what is this doing up there? I want to kind of see the bleach crew. I'm going to put the bleach crew, even though it's going to cover part of Dom's head. I want to get that deep with it. I'm listening to bleach music. I want to see the bleach crew. But I don't want to lose this downward view just yet. Sorry, trying to focus and draw. Alright, let's turn off the other one too. Ew. That needs to be changed. Let's get deep. Yeah, I don't know about reaching that other one because I may as well go ahead and get ready for work, you know. That's what I'm feeling. There's no reason not to. Because I really don't think we're going to get the other motion in there. But we'll get it when we get back. Right? I won't leave you guys animation dry. But if you want to see like a stroke through, this is really, let's see what we're looking at. It's probably not great just yet, but... Oh yeah, it's actually pretty nice. You see what I'm talking about. Like, we're still missing this in between, right? Between these two. So excuse that. Doom, doom, doom. And then it starts stroking back. But we really need this in between. Who knew how much that in between was important? It feels like it's a super jump, right? From here to here. Super jump. But everything else moves. That super jump is a little aggressive. That's probably the only thing we're going to fix. And then we'll just loop the idea back and forth. And then we'll at least see a motion. And then when we come back, we'll do the other side. So then we'll have to walk. So we're actually good here, right? Like, I can clean this up more, but I don't need to. It actually reads into this pretty well. Yep. So, let's go ahead and get this in between, right? We're missing it. We need it. We need it. And I need some good music for this. Alright, let's go for those bleach openings. I'm down. We can close this. Oh, actually, no. We need some onion skins. Onions. So which one are we closest to, right? I think we're actually close to this one. Either that or we jump. No, it should be slow into motion, right? So we are a little bit closer to the foot. But we will lift it mostly off the ground. Maybe we'll have that just touching. Bigger brush for faster comps. It's going to be simpler forms, but faster comp nonetheless. It clearly hits right here. Right? Like that's a good in between. Yeah, it still has a little bit of that box motion, right? The foot ends up being a little bit more closer towards that area. So it only partially starts to straighten out. Comes towards that knee. I'm just putting lines in between the other lines, honestly. I'm not even trying to I don't fucking know what's going on in that area. I'm like, what's green, what's blue? Put something in between them. This is really bad, right? I think the hand motion forward might actually be sour, but we'll try it anyways. Like, we have nothing else to work off of except for bad. So we learn why it's bad and then we correct it, which probably won't come until we come home. Really doubt it, but once again, apologize for any chatters. I'm not ignoring you, I just can't see your chat. What I would use to monitor chat, I am using for my phone music. Sacrifices. I slightly turned. His head is right here. Yeah, we'll at least get this one motion. I can guarantee that. Let's turn everything off. Oh, we just need that body frame. So, see ya. Where's that song? Dang, what Bleach song am I? Dang, I don't think I have it. Yeah, Bleach wiped a lot of its OST off YouTube, which is a shame. Now you gotta go refund all the songs from different people who uploaded them. Either that or Bleach themselves, but honestly, that's a task in itself too, because they don't have a playlist. Yeah, I don't think I have it. Damn it. And now we're listening to ads. Wasting precious time. I was really hoping though. Alright. Time for some bleach openings. And of course, we gotta start off with number one. Oh, let me go talk to my sister, actually. Because I gotta see about this car. Let's turn these off. I think this is good, right? It conveys just about everything that I was expecting to convey. Dos das. Dos das. I think we got everything. Let's see how it moves. It's gonna move very poorly because it's only gonna be one motion. Make sure everything is properly loaded up. Yeah. Alright. And down here to the frame rate. Ooh. It's faster than life. And some things are definitely not loaded up. Let's give these guys some breathing room. We'll give it 4 frames. I'm assuming that's how many we need. The Sakuga moves at 2. Let's give everything 4 frames. I could be wrong. It could be that everything needed to be 2 frames, but everything was already moving hella fast. We needed to move nice and slow. Maybe that means we need a lot more in-betweens, but we should at least get the generic motion. So we have enough information for that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I can't speak Japanese, y'all, but I love the song. I just like to sing along. Alright. Well, now we talking. Now we talking. Can we get a loop? Can we get a loop, baby? Oh, yeah. And it's definitely the motion. So the hand does go forward and then back in. That's how you get a little curve motion. That foot kind of moves fast forward. Yeah. There's probably an in-between right here, right? Before we reach that foot, there's probably an in between this and that foot. Oh, that's a huge jump. No wonder. Yeah, that's huge. So there's probably one more in between, right between these two, and that'll smooth out the motion. But for now, because I gotta get ready for work. That's it for the stream. I wonder how long we went. Oh. I look forward to coming back. We'll definitely get the last motion in and whatever. This only took an hour to get the first motion in. It would be an hour and a half, but I'm not gonna spend the extra 30 minutes here. So sadly, I have to go. But I will be back. Alright. I guess I'll get to chill. Talk to Zaria, figure out this bill.